Welcome to episode 127 of the Drag Driver Pete Show, presented by Summit Racing. Y'all, we're getting into it this time. I hope you're ready. This show is going to be a great one. I'm going to be fast with this. My name is Mike Narks. I'm the host of the show and the news, which happens on Saturday mornings. And I live and breathe and sleep everything Drag and Drive. So my right-hand man, Mr. Eric White over here, my co-host, tell him what you got going on, dude.
I am the co-host of the show and the news, everything Drag Drive Repeat related, artwork, photos, you name it. Been uploading 6 summer photos finally after we had Derek on last week. It seemed fitting to start doing those. So as of today, I uploaded all of day 0. So those are all up and we'll be hitting day 1. Obviously day 0 was the least amount of photos. So I knocked those out, but I've still got a lot of photos ahead of me to work on.
Yeah, it's awesome to see those come out. And again, we've talked about this the last few days here, but man, it's really awesome to kind of go back and actually have a little bit of time to, it's been a little bit of time since the event happened. So now you're kind of getting to relive some of those thoughts and all that kind of stuff. It's going to be really cool.
Yeah, it'll be good.
Yeah, and the bucket list mob, he's right. He is handsome. All right, well, let's get into this thing. We talked about this a couple weeks ago, but Low Dollar Motorsports is now offered at Summit Racing. They were on today, or Brandon Dollar was on today with Justin Wiedemann, who's one of our good friends at Summit. Love that guy. Love when he does interviews. They had a great conversation. And I'll tell you, if you thought Brandon Dollar was smart, you're wrong. That dude's a genius. He was explaining stuff, and I was like, I don't even know what he's talking about, but I wanted to buy it. I was like, I need a laser thing that tells me how far my wheelie is. I don't even have a car that does a wheelie, but I needed that laser pointer that told the car, and it was a great conversation. You guys got to go listen to that. But did you know his company name came from some nickname that some dude called him all the time?
No, I didn't.
Kind of interesting. It was like he kept calling him a low rent racer because he liked cheap stuff. It built stuff inexpensively, not cheap. Built stuff inexpensively, finds the right parts. Just not willing to, wasn't willing to spend all the money on all that stuff. And then it eventually went from low rent racer to low dollar racer because obviously his last name's Dollar. Why would you not have thought of that first? I don't know, but we're glad he didn't because Low Dollar Motorsports may not have ever come up. So thought that was a pretty conversation, man.
Do you have any low dollar sensors or anything on your old truck?
Not that fancy. There's no sensors on that thing at all except for what tells the GM computer what to do to run, and some O2s.
I've got a couple sensors on. Well, I guess they're not on the Fox body. They're in a box for the Fox body, but
yeah, but that car's going to run 10s, and then 8s. You need that stuff for tuning. Like the old truck, if it's doing a burnout, I don't need a drive shaft speed sensor because I'm like, yeah, man, let's go. That's what I don't need to know that. I just need to know the back tires are spinning.
Right. All right. And then next up, this is pretty cool here. Nikki Bobby Incorporated parts can now be purchased on Summit. So that's a big deal. They've got the long travel suspension parts and the O-ring header gaskets, LS lift plates, 4-link and leaf spring mounts, and plus a bunch of other products there. So congratulations to Nikki Bobby Incorporated on getting parts there on Summit. That's a big deal.
Yeah, it's a big deal. I'm excited for him. That's he's worked real hard to get there and builds these right here in Arkansas.
Yep. And then we talked a little bit about it on, was it Wednesday or Saturday? I can't remember, but
I think
Nick and Alex got married this weekend. So they got a lot of good things going over there with the Taylor household. So congratulations to them on both of these achievements.
Yeah, I put it in in a comment on one of his posts about it the other day. Man, just power couple, dude. This is going to be what's really cool is like we live now, I feel like, in what is the heyday of drag racing because we have so much opportunity to look and see in other people's lives and things like that you didn't get that before. You only got information in a magazine. And so now, like, we're looking at this couple, I mean, they're in their 20s, they're going to have an opportunity now to, really, like, we're going to watch them grow up, air quotes here, but it's going to be really cool to see where that couple goes in 10 years, 20 years, and how far they take this thing. Cause dude, they're a rocket ship, man. And yeah, it's going to be awesome.
Did you see any of the photos?
It was incredible.
They changed a cam and lifters during a song.
Yeah, the father-daughter dance. I thought that was genius. Yeah. Neither of my girls are cool enough to want to do that, but If they do, hey, Dad's here. I'm ready.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. It looked like a good time.
Yep. Yeah, I thought that was it was a gorgeous wedding. Everybody was dressed to the nines. It's weird to see like hot rod friends we have that we only ever see in like,
Our
ratty
t-shirt.
t-shirts and stuff. Yeah. All dressed up and in suits and all that stuff. This photo that you guys are looking at here on the live stream and on YouTube and stuff is from 1320 Video. They actually, who knew they were great wedding photographers?
Right?
So it was pretty cool, man. Good job on them. And, congratulations to Alex and Nick for sure.
Absolutely.
And Summit Racing's, Eric, I don't know if you know this or not, but dude, one man startup,
One man.
1968, nearly 60 years ago. Pretty crazy to think about that now. World Speed Shop now, and 4 huge warehouses and 200 plus catalog editions. How cool would it be that that's your job, is to figure out what they want to put in the catalog?
I don't know if that'd be cool or not. That'd be a lot of work.
We need to talk to somebody in that department. Tommy Dupree, if you're watching, hook us up, brother. Let us know. I want to talk to somebody in that department, how they figure that out. Summit fuels your passion, saves you money, delivers fast, and offers top-notch customer service on more than 1,500 brands, and they're adding stuff all day. We're actually talking about a new brand they're loading today. Make sure to download the Summit Racing mobile app for easy access to speed parts. You can also find them on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram, and on the On All Cylinders podcast, which is automotive discussions like this one. Guys, you can find everything on summitracing.com. Or if you look in our Facebook page or website, we have an affiliate link there that would help us out, as well as help out Summit, letting them know that, we support them over here and all that kind of stuff. Well,
Tommy says done.
Perfect, dude. I think that would be a fun conversation, right?
Yeah, I don't know how any of that works, so that'd be interesting for sure.
Yeah, just nerdy shit. I think it's just kind of cool to think about all the stuff that they do over there. Yep. All right. Well, let's get into this, man. Let's talk about some drag drive repeat updates. We got some fun stuff. I sent you this text earlier, but 183 days until the circuit 2026.
I don't even know why you looked that up, to be honest.
Well,
you don't need to know that yet.
Well, I looked it up because it was the 29th, and I'm like, man, we start on the 30th. So, dude, it's got to be 6 months from now. And I was like, barf a little bit, because, dude, that comes up quick, man.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking today. PRI is 43 days away, and I don't even have our stickers for this year yet. Like, man,
yeah,
I feel like this year has really flown by, and it's been a jam-packed year. But no complaints with that, obviously.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible how fast this year's gone, for sure. And then class winners of next weekend's short circuit get a free entry into the circuit 2026. So that's kind of awesome, because we have 6 classes, so it's 6 free entries. And I'm gonna go ahead and let them keep it, or they can gift it to someone else that's going to be attending the event.
That's
so
cool.
I figured that was a good way. I'm sure we'll end up with some that'll be raffled and all that kind of stuff. So we'll work through all that as we get close to registration on January 17th. I would hope, give free entry. If you're going to gift it, we need to know that info before January 17th, so that person doesn't then sign up as well.
Yeah.
So pretty exciting. I can't believe we're 6 months from the circuit 2026.
Yeah, that is definitely a wild thought for sure.
Yeah. And then, of course, next weekend, we're like, 8 days from the short circuit. So you can imagine what my day was spent on the route. I tried to kind of map around and see. And after I screenshotted this photo, I actually changed it 3 other times. So the route is kind of planned. I've got to go in and do all the, 0.6 miles, 0.8 miles, all that kind of stuff, and write it out and get those printed. But this is it's going to be a good one. I think the drive along 66 from the track to whatever this Bristow Public Schools basically is. It's Route 66 and Highway 48 in Oklahoma. I think it will be, that's going to be a great one because it's Route 66, right? But then I think the drive along that Highway 51, I think it's going to be awesome because it's kind of along some windy country road type stuff. We're going to cross over a couple bridges, and then we're going to actually stop at the dam, which is going to be our final route stop. So I hope I have the route stops kind of spaced out enough. That really is one of the struggles we've talked about in the past of route stops being jumbled up, and then you drive a long ways and you're like, this sucks. So I want to break.
Yeah.
So being 100 miles, I guess it really wouldn't matter if they were close, but route stops for the short circuit are going to be Waffle House in Sepulpa, with the first $500 worth of food being covered by Driven Racing Oil and Drag Driver Pete right here. And then Route 66 Auto Museum in Sepulpa, which is like the Waffle House really isn't in Sepulpa. Sepulpa. I don't know why it has that address, but it's about 8 miles down to the auto museum. So they open at 10 on Saturday. So I've sent them an emails like, hey, do you have like any decals? Do you have something simple that we can maybe buy a few of to kind of pass out during the thing? Now, the cool thing is we'll have a little bit of time on this Saturday. So if somebody wants to run in and do a tour, they'll definitely have time to do that on that Saturday if they're not going to be, highly competitive in a class and need a lot of passes.
Have you
And then
been
we're
to
going
this museum before?
I haven't, dude. I've driven by it a few times, obviously, but I haven't been to it. So this will
Okay.
be really our first time to go this direction with any kind of the circuit events. I mean, I've been this direction just driving, but by the Route 66 Auto Museum a few times, but not, nothing to where I've had the time to stop in and spend 30 minutes or an hour wandering around. And then our final route stop, you guys can kind of see it's there between the 51 highway marker and the 412 highway marker, and that's the Keystone Dam. I think that King of the Open Road used this route stop as well, but it's huge parking lot. I feel like that's a good distance from the heart of Route 66 Auto Museum. That's probably about 60 miles, which I think will be about time for people to either, put some more fuel in or stretch their legs or whatever. So, and then, of course, we cruise back to the track, which is only about 20 miles from there. So should be a good route. The roads, everybody has talked about being great up until 412, and 412 is good, but we're going right down through Tulsa. So good luck. The traffic is probably not going to suck. It's Saturday morning, so it shouldn't be too bad. But I figured this will take us probably 3 hours worth of driving. It's 103 miles, about 3 hours worth of driving. It's probably good enough in the car, right?
Yeah, it's not too bad for a weekend deal.
Yeah, it's kind of what I was figuring too. All right, sir. That wraps up all of that fun stuff. Well, I guess for the Dragon Drive Awards, I need to tell everybody, hey, room 235, December 11th, 11 a.m. Please plan on being there. Please, please, please. PRI is going to be a crazy show for 2025. There's a lot of really cool stuff that's going to be dropping at PRI in our booth, as well as all over the whole thing. There is a ton of Dragon Drive stuff that's going to be going on at PRI because, Dragon Drive is one of the biggest motorsports right now, one of the quickest growing for sure that's out there. We can't do this without you guys. Like, race car friends really make the world go round, and we appreciate you guys being in here and doing this with us. I can't say it enough, you guys. There's some really fun stuff that's coming up for all of our race car friends that are out there. So do me a favor, hit that share button as we get into this. And then for our sponsors, y'all, listen, if you're trying to do a little bit of shopping, we're coming up on some off season, in air quotes. The while I'm in there time is coming here in the winter, where you park your car and you take something apart and you go, oh, while I'm in there, I might as well go ahead and insert race car upgrade here. And then, so we can't do that without these sponsors. So if you're doing some shopping, hit these guys up, see if they got something that you need. Summit Racing, Deech Works, Molly Motorsports, Driven Racing Oil, Howard's Cams, J-Wire Solutions, AFCO Racing Products, Performer Built Transmissions, Car Change 3D, Power Tube TV, WAF Racing, Sweet Patina, and Racing Junk Classifieds. Look, if you're trying to do something, hit those guys up, see what they got going on, and see if they can do something for you.